I hope Pat McAfee hears this, man. I don't care. Like, I've gotten so sick of him, dude. Like, I don't like paying attention to his content. I tried to pay attention to his content. Pac-Man Jones has even gotten all fishy. Like Pac-Man Jones has gotten soft. He always gets soft though. But I mean, I understand if I'm on a show and I'm getting paid money, so I'm not gonna be too mean towards Pac-Man Jones. But like, what I don't like about Pat McAfee is that just because the Lions get a good punter and he's like I'm just like, dude, it doesn't matter, dude. Like teams don't pay attention. All punters are really good, even like an undrafted punter. It's just a good thing it's a good like every punter goes to punter school. Okay, the only way they're gonna become a punter is they're gonna have to kick. It's kind of like a clueless thing because like lately Minnesota has been like getting the punters from Michigan Wolverines, and it's such a nuisance because it's like I hate smart stuff, dude, but like he's a he never he never changes. He stays loyal to Indiana, which I don't mind him staying loyal to Indiana. I really don't mind that. But like I kind of have a problem with him like when it comes to like his team, just all the stuff. Like he was lucky to have Dan Campbell on his show. I have never seen anybody be that lucky, dude. I've been like my brain's fried by it, dude. It's fried like some of the guests you can get on your show, it's a privilege. It's an honor to even get that to happen. So it's nothing against him. I'm just critiquing him. Maybe he should be more professional. But like he kind of wants to go to like a general audience. And that's sometimes, even though I'm a diehard Lions fan, I'm a loyal Lions fan. I've not appreciated his content. I don't appreciate that he was doing okay for a bit, and then he turned into everybody else. He became Stephen Smith. He became Skip Bayless, and he became these repetitive patterns. And I know what NFL fans like. I know that they don't like to turn on their TV and hear a same thing, like talking about the Eagles, okay? Talking about like Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? They will always mention the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they mention the Detroit Lions, so Jesus help them, they're gonna be like, oh, but we need to add the Steelers somewhere in here. Somewhere we need to add the Steelers. And this is like the thing I'll tell you, okay? It's been really rough for not just Lions fans, but it's been like rough of like, okay, so Detroit Red Wings, we kind of really don't want to see this nonsense happen again, that's our thing. We're tired of seeing this nonsense, this Detroit Red Wings. It's a debacle. We want the Red Wings to do okay, but like being a diehard Lions fan, like I'm telling you, I'd rather be a Lions fan than any of the other Detroit teams. And the Tigers are okay, but what I don't like is they always want to know, are we paying attention? Yeah, we're paying attention, dude. We're paying attention way too much. Half the time, we're kind of like we're like, dude, I lose my crap, dude. I lose my crap thinking of like, gee, you're getting paid money to talk about sports. That's all you're doing. You're getting paid money to talk about sports. And sometimes AJ Hawk, he's a little reasonable. At least he's a little reasonable. But like when it comes to like the overall, they just don't get it. And I love it though, because it's kind of funny. Because it's like, well, as many times as you just keep going and doing the same thing over and over again, then it's just like, what's the point of your show? Your show could be something, Pat. It really could. It could be something. But like, you're like, even like Stephen A, he's finally catching on. I am a little impressed in that. He's a little bit catching on. It's been rough. Lions fans have had some Lions fans that just have not lived up to the par, okay? So some of the Lions fans have been like, it's been rough for the Lions fan base in general. And it's last year we had a Lions fan that really pissed us off, dude. It pissed us off because we just wanted to have a good community. And it's really, that's the hard thing. That's why I'm so mean to the Lions, okay? The reason I'm mean to those dang Lions is like, okay, so I had like the envision. It was 2011. They had a good defense. And I never thought Matthew Stafford, I never thought he'd be this way, dude. I thought like he would say, oh, I'm going to do something. But he always like, he had hints. And I just hated the hints because the hints fried my brain, man. Fried my brain. It fried my brain when he threw to Theo Riddick, okay? And like I always liked Theo Riddick. I was just wanting to beat the Niners. Who doesn't want to beat the 49ers? I mean, why not? You definitely want to go and beat the 49ers. That's a whole Detroit Lions thing, Lions versus 49ers. So any chance we get a chance to beat them, I'm all game for it, you know? But it was crazy because Theo Riddick, I love Theo Riddick. I always knew it was Theo Riddick that was the good one. But like Matthew Stafford, he wants to stay on that beer. And I really hate beer. Like, even if you have like a picture of somebody with beer, I was really trying to see past it all. I was trying to see if Matthew Stafford says he cares. And I'm like, he doesn't care, dude. He does not care. And I'm just tired of having Lions players that don't care. So that's going to be like the biggest thing. If anything for the Lions season, I'm going to add some value in here, okay? I've already predicted that the Lions are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I've predicted it. That I have somewhat of a faith that they're going to come in and aggressive. I have a faith that they're actually going to stand up. But here's some things I want to say. The games that I'm going to be reviewing, like the schedule is very silly. I mean, like, we even have to face Denver Broncos. And Denver Broncos, they are such a team that would focus on us. I know they are. Denver Broncos will always focus. Raiders will definitely focus on us. There's this schedule is really interesting. The Ravens game. Now, this is what's not even fair. Like, Ravens last year, they were meh. But I'm smart enough not to know of my fan. I'm smart enough to know that the Ravens are catching up. Okay, so that game, I kind of almost see us losing that game. I want to see us winning that game. That's the point. But I always see us losing that game because even though we beat the Jets, which was good, when it comes to the Ravens are just like, they have an evil coaching staff. They're just like Seattle. Seattle has an evil coaching staff. When you're facing a team that has, and that's why I like the Lions' schedule. I do see the Lions can find a way to make it to the playoffs. I really do. This year, and I expect it almost, but like, I expect them to put some work in. But like, overall, we're going to get the best thing. If this season, for some reason, does not go good, okay, let's say the season does not go good, we're finally got to change this O-line. We're going to finally change this O-line. I get really tired of not addressing this O-line. So this O-line has to show up. It has to show up. Taylor Decker's done really good. I'm not being like critical on him. Oh gosh. Penei Sewell, he had some mishaps, but like he'll be better in this year. So there should be a lot of optimism. But the reason I'm so negative on the O-line, like I've tried to tell this to Lions fans, the reason I'm negative on the O-line is they're just 1 minute away from being like a 40 scoring point team. They're 1 minute away from doing that. And sometimes I'd rather have that because like that's the thing. Josh Allen is not good. He's not good. It's his O-line. His O-line has enough time to carry him. And that's just like an easy asset to have. Like you could run a team with receivers and they don't have to be like top tier receivers. But if you're O-line, you're not going to get to championships. You're not going to get to a postseason game. You're not going to get a clutch game that's going to be pretty hard because there is going to be some hard games on their schedule. They're going to have And they're going to have to take on Chicago. And out of all the division teams, okay, Chicago's the only team I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Green Bay. I'm not worried about Minnesota. I'm actually worried about Chicago because realistically, Chicago, they do this. They commonly find some kind of way to correct themselves. But, like, I mean, they should still be able to win the division. But the problem is Justin Fields, when I did a draft analyst on him, okay, versus, like, being a fan, I did a draft analysis on him, and I said he's actually a bright spot, and Justin Fields is a bright spot, and if he can channel himself enough, he'll be what Matthew Stafford could never be. That's the problem. Like, Matthew Stafford would never be what Justin Fields is. And that's, like, the only team in the division they have to, like, focus on it, if you ask me. That's the only one. Green Bay's too focused on their defense stuff. Minnesota is focused on an offense, which is kind of funny. I know this girl named Jade. I'll respond to Jade real quick. Jade, let me try and tell you something, because you always talk in your stream chats, and it's really annoying. Sometimes it's really annoying, but I get it. You're a Minnesota fan. Why not? Why not you have a response, right? I'm going to tell you something, okay? Your team, it last year it just teetered, dude. I do not understand your reasoning, because it's like, I would, as a Minnesota fan, I would never want to see that game. You know which game I was talking about? I'm not talking about the one where we beat you. I would talk about the game. I would never want to see a game where I needed a referee to win. See what I'm saying? I don't want to see that at all. Like that's poor stuff to see. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. That's kind of what I want. I want a team that I don't need to worry about this silly little referee, because I already know the referee can play a key role. It can play a role. So when you were, like, talking to me, when you were actually, like, talking to me and stuff, I was laughing at you, because I was like, I already know how you are. You're so outdated. You are outdated, and you, like, think, like, we don't pay attention or anything, but we're just, it's easy for us. You're on Kirk Cousins. You're literally on this Kirk Cousins train, and Kirk Cousins is just like Aaron Rodgers, doesn't want to take a COVID test, doesn't want to go above the pay grade, wants to, sip beer, wants to, like, he's probably like he wanted to hang out. He wanted to hang out. I don't hate you, Jade, but, like, he wanted to hang out. He wanted just to go and hang out at, what's that place called? He wanted to go hang out at the hospital. He wanted to be a community member. And sometimes you get football players like that they just want to be community members, and they don't want to be a part of their career. The reason I'm making videos like this too is because I see the effort that you try to put into stuff, but the effort that you guys put into stuff is cuckoo. It's really cuckoo. It's like, oh, okay. Well, gee, you want me to talk about some knowledge, just some knowledge for you. Our linebacker core is going to be adjusted, okay? There's no way we're not going to go and sit and adjust our linebacker core, okay? Our edge rushers are definitely going to be adjusted. The D-line thing has been like a 4 to 8 year process, okay? And it's either you get fired, which I don't mind you getting fired if you can't do it, or you do it. They're going to do it. I believe in them to do it, because they've hired enough staff around. They've hired the right staff when it comes to building a D-line. But they need to hit the weights. You know what I mean? They need to hit the weights. They need to make sure they do this. And it was crazy. Like, I want to respond to almost everybody. I even want to respond to Voch Lombardi. Oh, Voch Lombardi is just a great challenge for me, because I already know who Voch Lombardi is. And the Cowboys are facing the Lions. They are. They're facing the Detroit Lions. Now, Voch thinks he's a draft analyst, but he's not, because I knew about Branch. Like Voch always wants to challenge me. He wants to challenge me and see why I'm such a good draft analyst, or why I know how to get key players. He does. He sees it. He sees it when I get Penei Sewell. He sees when I pick out something for my brain. It's because I played football. Not only did he play football, I played football. So if I can see somebody, I can envision what their idea is. I can kind of see it. I can't see it on all of them. I'll say that. I can't see it on all the players. But depending on what player it is, I can see it. I even pay attention to like Tracy Walker because like Tracy Walker has a rare task asset. He has a task asset that is different from Glover Quinn. And when you're talking about NFL safeties, that's the crazy thing because the Lions, they really do. They craft the best safeties. They literally took Alex Carter and said, "You're not good. You're not good. Bye." There's all these common things. Like Ryan Broyles still talks about how he wants to play. Do you understand? That's the problem we've went through. We're like, what do you mean you still want to play, Broyles? If you want to play, play. We don't care if you went for your little bank thing or whatever. I really did like Broyles. I did like him, but like he just didn't want to do it. And then there's dude, I'm so pissed. I am so pissed, man. I'm pissed at the idea that people are like, "Oh, gee, that's a good idea. Well, that's good. Oh, that's good." You know, like I'm mad that the NFC North wants to do their shenanigans. NFC North fans, Tom Grossi, whatever to you, Tom Grossi. I see you. Trust me. I'm trying to be reasonable. You are a Green Bay Packer fan. And some Green Bay Packer fans, I know some nice Green Bay Packer fans. But let me tell you something. I'm glad that we've made you think you know how to win a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we've made you believe that you're an actual team. You've never been an actual team. And that's been like kind of the coolest thing that I've seen from the Lions. Now, hopefully we can keep that up on you. That's all we need to do is keep that up on you. I hope you keep that guy forever, dude. I hope you keep him for a long time. You can keep that. You can keep that staff. You can keep all of them. I'm just sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of like. I'm sick of them not. I know how to make my Lions show up, and I'm going to make sure they show up. They need to start showing up. They need to start getting prepared. They need to start actually doing games. They need to. It was a good move and I'm proud of them. They got rid of Jeff Okudah, which was, I think that's the first step. Like getting rid of somebody like Jeff Okudah, that's a first step. That's like a powerful move because Darius Slay. Let me tell you something, Darius Slay. I'm just going to respond to you. You're going to be the flat out emphasis of me. Why do I ignore you, Darius Slay? Let me say something to you. I was disappointed in you, Darius Slay. You know why I was disappointed in you? Because Nevin Lawson did just as good as you. But like you, Darius Slay, this is what made me so mad about you. Like I don't hate you, but you know what made me mad about you is that you wanted to go and eat mac and cheese. They want to eat pizza. They want to eat mac and cheese. I thought there were some good moments of you, Darius Slay. I really did. I thought you had some good moments, man. I don't hate you, Slay. I was the one to start the chant, get slayed. That was me. The whole guy starting all that on there. I had some good moments like of the stuff that you did because that's the reality too. It was hard for me to see, but Matthew Stafford sucked. Man, he sucked. Like you gave us like 14, 15 region games, like games where we had just 14, 15 points. And like Matthew Stafford would still find some way to throw an interception or something. As a defensive tackle, I think that was the false hope I had with Matthew Stafford because I was like, well, he has a fast press release. He should be able to throw the ball without getting hit. But then he started to get comfortable. I don't like comfortable, dude. I don't like it when people are comfortable. I just know sports way too well. People underestimate me. I know what it takes. Your eyes will literally look like this. Your eyes will look like you're like, you will feel like a zombie. If you're an actual good sports player, you'll feel like a zombie. That's why DeAndre Levy, his back. Like everybody was critical of him, but like most tackles, most interceptions, like in NFL history. The guy was ahead of his time. and he was putting in some work. He was putting in enough work to get Glover Quinn's attention, which is a very good attention. If you can get any way of Glover Quinn's attention, because he is a safety guru, he is a secondary guru. He does know some tandems. He is a smart guy. But that's my thing to you, Darius, because I know you've been talking. At least Richard Sherman, like surprisingly, Richard Sherman, you have been a bright spot, man. You are starting to learn a little bit. There's times when you mess up, but you are getting a little bit better. But and Stephen A is definitely gonna catch on. It's crazy too, because let me tell you what the hype is, because you want to hear the actual hype. Hendon Hooker tripped me out, dude. Because first of all, I saw a Hendon Hooker game, and that's the difference. Like I knew Matthew Stafford was pretty decent, okay? But what I like about Hendon Hooker versus what Matthew Stafford is, okay? Hendon Hooker has durability, okay? Matthew Stafford's durability, but Hendon Hooker looks like he's going to put in some work. And that's a very good trait to have. Sometimes you can get a late round draft pick, and he's better than your whole entire draft. He's just better than your whole draft because he's like, nobody's picking him. I was shocked. I can't believe how amazed I was by that. Because let me tell you, Hendon Hooker, I told it to people, and people just, you're going to have to hear it. He really does look like Russell Wilson to me. He looks like that. He looks like that caliber of a player. He looks like he's just hiding in there, and that's the kind of player you want. He's patient, which is a difference. Normally, you have to understand the football field. If you want to be a good quarterback, you better understand the football field. And it's a new style of quarterbacks, of course. And I've been trying to adapt to the new quarterbacks. It's a really hard market to adapt to because, you have, Patrick Mahomes pulling shocking stuff, you know. You have Lamar Jackson. You have, I know all the key component quarterbacks, dude. I know all of them. I know if they have, something in them. Lamar Jackson was kind of surprising, though. Maybe he's just taking a break, though. That's what I think. I would take a break, too, if I was running like that. If I was running on the field, I definitely would take a break. But I was surprised at Baker Mayfield, dude. I was really actually surprised at Baker Mayfield that teams, I don't know if he's slumping, but you could build something good around Baker Mayfield. If you chose to, you could make him a good weapon. Skip Bayless was kind of talking about that, and I did kind of agree with that because Baker Mayfield, he has potential. He has potential, but he just falls a little behind. But if you built a scheme around him, man, that would be good. If you built any resemblance of a scheme, then you would be able to do it. See, that's why I want an O-line. Okay. So and I love Jared Goff. I do. I love Jared Goff because he's been the craziest bright spot of my life because every time when I look at Jared Goff, do you know who I see? I really do see this. I just don't know why, but I do see this. I do see Peyton Manning. I do see him. I do see him as Peyton Manning. I see the tangible throws. I see the potential. I see the tiny throws. I see the seams. I see everything that reminded me of Peyton Manning, and that's pretty good to have. That's really, really good to have. It's a really hard thing to do that too, to be like that, to have the continuous wherewithal to go for corner strikes. Corner strikes are really hard to go for, dude. Corner strikes are like a hit or a miss. Either you're going to throw an interception, right? And that's what's so good about Jared Goff. That's the biggest thing of my video, dude. I hate people, dude. They want my Jared Goff for free. They don't care. They want to get Jared Goff from me, away from my team. And I'm so mad at it because originally I never thought we'd get Jared Goff. That's why I was so glad we traded to get Goff. Because I was man, getting Jared Goff is it's very gambly. You're not gonna get Jared Goff. Most of the time, you would sign a quarterback like that. I definitely sign a quarterback like Jared Goff. I've seen how he played in his division. I see how he beat the crap out of the 49ers. I've seen how he's murdered the Seahawks. I've seen the stuff that he's done. And rather than being a fan, I was always paying attention to his game. And he would come with this different style. Like, he had a style to win a division. And that's very hard to teach for a quarterback. Some quarterbacks come into a division and they go out there and they're like, oh, I'm going to lose. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to throw the ball. I'm going to lose. I can't win this division. And then they get traded to some other team. But yeah, I know your typical brain. Your brain is not good like my brain. It never has been. Every time I listen to you, it's repulsive. You just want to be the same repulsive over and over again. You would even like just to take one of my O-linemen. You would like to the thing about knowing about your competition, like a fan base, is that I even want to say urinating tree right now, dude, because urinating tree, he does not like me at all. And I know he doesn't like me. I know Brandon does. I know the Bronco fan definitely doesn't like me. But, I had nothing against him. I really didn't. I didn't have anything against him. I just, urinating tree's always been against me, though, dude. Because I proved him wrong with the Lions game. But that's just because I know my team. He doesn't know his team. And I'm so happy. I hope he stays a Steelers fan. Did you hear me, urinating tree? I hope you stay a Steelers fan. Thank you so much. God bless you. This Steelers team, I know some different Steeler fans that are better than you, but you are a blessing. You are a blessing. I hope you stay with the energy. I know you don't work out, urinating tree. I know you don't do anything. I know your brain doesn't operate like I know your brain's not operating enough to where mine is. So every time you sit there on your little chat room and you're thinking what am I thinking? I'm just thinking what I can steal from you, what I can steal from people. Because as soon as I get good players, I get good players. Branch was a surprise, dude. Branch, I do see that he could do it. He could do a lot of things that I can't even believe. He can do it, and he just has to stay. If he stays to it, he's got it. And a long time ago, when I was wanting to draft safeties, there was a good safety. The Lions didn't pick him. They didn't have the right coaching staff at that time, though. They didn't have a good coaching staff. They didn't have they were staying too much to their old ways. And now they've caught up. So I'm hoping that this is a good one. Because if Branch is good, he'll be like Levy. And that's all I need. I don't like I don't like how NFL fans think. I just don't know. I'm just like DeAndre Levy. I know him. I know what I want for my team. I know I definitely want another DeAndre Levy back. That's all I like. And Rodriguez, he can definitely do that. He can definitely do that. And he can even be Luke Kuechly for all I know. And I do pay attention to Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly is a constant nightmare. The Panthers defense is a constant nightmare. And when it comes to the Lions versus Panthers, I am a little worried because that team is always updated. They're like some odd team that updates themselves again and again and again. They're a pretty good team, dude. Some of their coaching staff, they know what to do, man. They know what to do. They've gone to a Super Bowl. If I try to be critical to the Panthers, they'll give me a little critical. They know who I am. They didn't like us beating them, so they wanted to get another game to beat us. I know of good teams. I know schedules. I know what games I can win and what games I can't win. And one of the crazy things is if you've watched any of my old videos, I do know to pick a game, and I know when the Lions can win and when they can't win.